How's things, guys? In this video today, I'm going to walk you through a competitor research AI workflow that we've built. It runs every single Monday at 7 a.m. It will scrape competitors' ads, it will analyze them, and it will send us a Slack message with key trends, new ads that are created, and some other key insights. I'm going to walk you through all of the nodes so you understand each of them. And also all of the resources that we go through today are available in our Skool community. So I'll leave a link to that in the description of the video. It's free to sign up. And from there, we'll be able to help you configure this workflow. All of the templates you can download from the Skool community. But the reason why we built this workflow is because we were doing it manually before. And now we don't need to do that. So every single Monday, we get all of these key insights into multiple different channels of different competitors. So it saves a ton of time. And again, let's get into it and I'll walk you through the workflow. Okay, guys, we're in the workflow here. As I said, I'm going to walk you through each of the nodes, node by node, so you understand what's exactly going on. So the first one here, we've got the trigger. So as you can see here, it's running at 7 a.m. every single Monday. You can change this as you want. You can change the days, you can change the hours. And then from there, we've got the next node. We are going to use a set node. As you can see, it's top left there. And we're going to manually map this. The reason why we want to manually map this is because we want to send the actual library field across into when we're going to scrape the ads. The next node that we're using after this is Apify. So this is a third-party tool that will then help you scrape competitors' ads. It has tons of different integrations. In this case, we're scraping Meta's, but we can actually scrape LinkedIn and TikTok, thousands of different integrations that you can use this for. So once you have this configured here, you can see that we want to scrape 50 ads in the last 30 days and ones that are only active. And as you can see, the reason why we use the set node in the previous one is because we need to scrape the URL. So now we're actually scraping the ads. You can see the right-hand side over here, we've got multiple different data points. We've got the ID, the act ID, the user ID, but the most important one that we want here now to scrape the actual ads is the JSON, the default data set. So you can see here, if you just put this in, you'll be able to see which one it is. And on the left-hand side here, it's the default data set. So now what we're doing here is we are getting the ads. So we're actually scraping everything here. So you can see we've got the branded content. We've got tons of different data here. Now we do not need all of it, but we're getting it for now. And now we can start formatting it. So now we've got the competitors' ads and we've scraped them. And as I said, all of the prompts that we use and the setup and everything here, this is all going to be completely transferable for yourself. So you can come in, you can import this workflow and you can get running straight away. The next part here is the formatting and the filtering. So the main thing that we have here is we're after getting ads for the last 30 days. But because this workflow is running every 7 days, we don't need the last 30 days. So now we're going to get this data. We're only going to get the last 7 days. We're going to filter it out and we're then going to aggregate it into here, into one item. We're going to pass it down into the AI and we're going to tell the AI, here's all the data that we have in one item now, and we're going to get this to analyze it and pass it into a Slack message. And I'll run through all of this now in a second, but I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what this section of the video is doing. Okay, so the next step that we're going to walk through here is the formatting of the database. So what we want to do here is Meta will output a lot of inconsistent data. So what we want to do here is we want to structure it and provide code that we're then going to get the same output after that. So as you can see here, we've inputted quite a bit of code here, and this JavaScript is going to run, and you can see on the right hand side here now, it's starting to structure it in the exact way that we want it. So it's not as messy now. The AI can now analyze it. And the next step that we're going to use here is, because we're after passing over tons of different items, we're now going to actually just pick exactly what we do want. So we want the ad ID, the start date is really important. The day is running is also really important. As you can see on the right hand side over here, we've got the ad ID, the start date. It's been running 2 days. The platforms is running on. the variations. We know it's a carousel, and then we've got the titles, the body, the CTA, the landing page URL, the image URL, all of the information that we actually need to then pass on to the AI. The next really, really important thing, because this is running at every 7 days at 7 a.m., is that we now want to filter out ads that are, because we've scraped the last 30 days, we want to filter out anything that's been running over 7 days. So as you can see here is less than 7 days, and then we're getting on the right hand side here days running 2. So it's now going to start condensing the items. So you can see before we had 116 items last 30 days, and now we've got 22. The next thing that we're going to do after this is we're going to use an aggregate node. And the reason why we're using this is because we want to bring all of the items into one item. And we're going to do this because the AI can then analyze it in one instance. If we passed on the 22 items and didn't use an aggregate node, it would then run 22 times. You'd spend tons more on tokens. So we've moved this into one item, and then we're going to use the competitive intelligence center. Okay, guys, so the next step here is we're going to go through the competitor analysis. So we're going to pass down all of the competitor data that we've moved in from the aggregate node and we've filtered. We're then going to analyze it here. So you can see we're passing through it here on the right hand side for structuring it into some really nice, clean JSON format that's then going to be passed on to the Slack channel. From here, we've got the message that we have got some of the analysis requirements. We've got the output format. So again, Slack Markdown. So it's really nice and readable. We've got the key findings. We've got new this week, steal-worthy chat tactics. So what they're actually doing, why it works, our action of what we want to do if we want to counter it, and then some format and rules down the bottom as well. We also have a link to their meta library. Again, if you were to use this yourself, you'll just put in the meta library that you want for your competitor that you want to track. And again, this prompt here are all available in our Skool community. They're all free there, so feel free to just sign up and grab them from there. So the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to run through the Slack message, but essentially what the Slack message is going to give you are the metrics, so the ad counts, the percentages, the key trends, what's working for your competitors, new ads this week, so the fresh campaigns, and then some tactics that you can then use to maybe counter that. So again, some really, really good insights just in a couple of minutes. I've got a full breakdown here on the left-hand side, which I'm going to run through after we go through the Slack message. Let's hop over now and we can run through that. Okay, guys, we're at the final hurdle now. This is the message that we receive every single week at 7 a.m. on a Monday. In this case, we've just used MyProtein. It's a brand that we've used multiple times before. So just to keep in cohesion, we have the ad format, the CTA strategy, the performance signals, some of the key findings, and then what's new this week and some steal-worthy tactics. And the reason why we use the steal-worthy tactics is because at least we can then re-strategize. It's just giving us some ideas, but also one really important part is the key findings and actually what's new. So what are they doing that's new that then we can go, okay, well, look, they're actually offering a free gift this week, or they're using this promo. It's similar enough to last week. So again, we can find common trends and we can find out exactly what we need to do to re-strategize. So firstly, just going to run through this really quickly. The ad formats, we can see 8 different carousels in the last 7 days. 4 of them had video. Shop now is the main CTA. Performance signals, you can see that we've got ads running for on average just over 2 days. And then the key teams are the iconic flavors, Unite by MyProtein and Flavor Meets Performance. After that, we've got some key findings. So number 1 is a heavy partnership and collab focus. Number 2 is the seasonal push. So again, it's coming into Q4 now. It's Christmas time. So Advent, holiday, special gifting. Again, we can see exactly what they're doing. So the likes of the 25 days of gains. It's actually a nice, fun idea. So it's something that you could then maybe do a twist on for your brand as well. So again, looking at their meta library, looking how they're actually strategizing those creatives. And then the last one here is the value driven offers. So again, what's the offers that they're doing on a weekly basis that you can then have your kind of finger on the pulse and know exactly what they're doing. So you can see here, buy any product worth $29 plus receive a free MyProtein item. After this, we've got the new in this week. So what are they doing that's new? And then finally, the steelworthy tactics again. You can tailor these messages as much as you want, or tailor them to your brand, or whichever way you actually work internally. But again, that will come back from the AI prompt that you'll put in to start to try get the correct output. At the bottom of this, we've got a link to the meta library, so you can go straight through and see all of the ads. Again, we ran and we scraped the ads over the last 30 days, but in this case, we just want the last 7 days. But if you think that's too much and you want to do it bi-weekly or every 30 days, that's no issue either. It's just a couple of clicks of a button. But as I said, all of the resources that we provide today are available in our Skool community. So if you like the video, feel free to give it a like. But again, if you want to join the Skool community, I'll leave a link to that in the description of the video. See you in the next one.